Never use the word you in Indonesian language. Ya, jangan pernah menggunakan kata kamu atau kau. I have mentioned that there are at least 8 ways for me to call myself. Each word tells you where we or you stand. You know who you are to me from the word I use to call myself. If I call myself saya, that means I want to be outside of your reach, and I want you to stay outside my reach. If I call myself aku, that means I think we are friends, that we are comfortable within each other's arm's length. If I reach to you, you can reach to me. And there are other words that I can use to call myself, and each one tells you where we are. The same applies with the word you. There are 10 ways to address your interlocutor, and each word conveys to them how you perceive the relationship between the two of you. Remember to always be polite. Don't be intrusive, especially towards women or elders. Never assume closeness. Always maintain respectful distance through your communication. The 10 words for you. You can say kamu, engkau, dikau, kau, anda, saudara or saudari, abang or kakak, bapak or ibu, the person's name or the person's status to you. And some other way, there's the 11th way, but basically you don't need to know it now. Now, the word kamu and kau, you should never use. It is better if you don't use them. If you use them, Indonesians will understand that you're foreigners and will tolerate it. But just for you to know, those words are not accepted from other Indonesians. Why? Well, the word kamu, engkau, dikau, you should avoid. You can use anda, saudara, saudari, abang, kakak, bapak, ibu in formal setting, so they are the safest words. But in informal setting, when you are kind of the peer of the person, then it's going to be the person's name, or you can use the person's status to you. Kamu is like this. It's a generic word, basic, plain. It shows that you just don't care enough to spend a little effort to be more polite. According to Indonesians, personal pronoun is less than the person. So rather than calling me you, it's better if you call me any other way. Engkau is not bad, but using this word, you put your interlocutor on a pedestal. Usually used only during prayer to God, or in a poetry, or when you're being playful or joking, because this is not a daily word for other human being. Dikau is more affectionate, and therefore you should never use it with strangers. Use only when you write a love poetry or being playful towards your spouse. Never use towards those who don't want you. It's considered to be as rude as kamu. I think the reason why this word is disliked is because the inflection doesn't sound friendly. It is short and sudden. Kau, 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 kau. Still, even though you try to say it gently, it is still kau. Remember that I am writing from the perspective of cultures I'm familiar with. What I mean by that is the cultures I grew up in. So it's my mother's cultures, the local cultures where I was born and raised, the cultures of my friends, the cultures of my colleagues. So those cultures. There are cultures where this word is accepted. But to be safe, try to avoid it. And if other people use it, just understand that the word is alright in their culture. Anda is the safest word. This is like the saya for the second person. It is polite, non-intrusive, respects your interlocutor's space, but can also mean please keep the space between us. So, basically this says I respect your space, and at the same time it says please respect my space. Don't come closer. Few weeks ago, I messaged my former boss and he replied, "Hi Ira, I'm so happy to hear from Anda." And I was confused and felt pushed away. Wait, what? He calls me Anda? Why? Oh, right. He cannot call me any other way. This is the best word he can use now. So he was actually being polite. Saudara or saudari means, saudara means male sibling, saudari means female sibling. It's very polite and non-intrusive, a bit distant. Use it only in formal setting or when you meet new people who are about the same age or younger than you. Abang or kakak means male or female sibling, but this one is closer, so more intimate. So please use with caution, especially if you're a female. It is advisable, I advise the younger female to not use it toward the male because of point number 3. Because this is the word used by wife toward her husband or by girlfriend towards her boyfriend. I call my big brother cousin abang, and he's happy about it because inside that word is an understanding that I trust him. Kakak usually is for female but can also be used for male. So kakak is androgynous. Also in the word kakak means I'm trying to get closer to you. So I don't advise younger women to use this word. Okay, so a little story. I'm currently working to get public support for some of my work. So my aunt is introducing me to a man whom she thought could help me gain public support. And my aunt asked him how I should address him. So he asked me my age, and then my aunt asked him his age. So there was about 9 years difference between us, and he is older. So he said, "Oh, well, then you can call me big brother." And I said, no, I'll call you uncle. And my aunt says, "Oh, but he's only 9 years older than you. He's just a big brother to you." And I said, "No, auntie, I'll call him uncle, because if I call him uncle, I'm telling him that he's 1 generation above me and he's responsible for me." Well, if you're a female, it's always good to be careful. So if women wants to use this word, use it with stern intonation. Oh, I call kakak to stranger female, that's safe. The safer way for women to call male humans is bapak or pak plus his name, because that creates a distance between you and your interlocutor. It basically means sir or madam. Originally they mean father or mother. It's very polite. Use this even when they are strangers to you. These are the safest words. Even when they are younger than you, even if they are the same age with you, even if they are only several years older than you, these are the safest words. When your interlocutors are obviously older than you are, or they hold senior positions like bosses, lecturers, governors. Okay. Now the person's name. When you call children, when you call your close friends, your peers, and close to you, or people close to you, but not your elders. Your subordinates, that's it. The person's status to you is like, I call my auntie. Yeah, like, if I come to auntie's house tomorrow, can auntie go with me to our hometown? Something like that. Or if I call my uncle, uncle, I'm going to uncle's house tomorrow. What time will uncle finish uncle's morning walk? Within the family of the same culture, we will use words from our mother tongue. So it's not going to be paman, bibi, or something like that. Paman and bibi are Indonesians words, but I don't use those words when I speak with people within my family. Across culture, I will try using my interlocutor's culture. So if I speak with Javans, I will call the Javans Pak Le, Pak De. But of course, if it is professor or teacher, like I call my professor. Yeah, but professor, when will professor be available for discussion? Okay, let's see. This is the table. So I put all of the personal pronouns on the left, and then the situation when you speak with your peer, or whether you speak with your junior, either junior in position or junior in age, or when you speak with your senior, senior in position or and age. Okay, saya is the safest word. You can use it across situation. It is safe. For the word you can use Anda when you talk to your peer or with people younger than you or with your junior. With your junior, you can use the word Anda or the name. If you are upset with the person, you can use the word kamu. But when you are not upset with the person, be polite. Just use the person's name or Anda. When you speak with your senior, you should use Bapak or Ibu. Or if they don't want to be called Bapak or Ibu, you can call them Mas, Mbak, or Kakak. If you're comfortable. If you're not comfortable, then just use Bapak or Ibu. Well, for the word she, you see, there is a different word when you talk about the third singular person who is your senior. And also for the word they, there is also a different word. For you plural, for your senior, there's also a different word. For the word we, it is just as safe as saya. You can use kami if it excludes your interlocutor, or you can use kita if it includes your interlocutor. We will discuss it in other video. I understand that respect is earned, but it is polite to consider that the other person has earned it, and therefore we give it until they lose it. If we treat other people's parents respectfully, we can expect that our parents will be respected too. If we treat our seniors respectfully, we can expect that our junior treats us as respectfully. When we treat our juniors kindly, we can expect our seniors to treat us as kindly. Now, here are the pronouns that are best for business setting. When they are your peers or more senior, call them Pa or Bu plus name. If you don't know their names, just call them Bapak or Ibu. If they are younger than you, or if they prefer to be called this way, you can call them Mas or Mbak plus name. I call my peers Pa or Mbak plus name. I call my superiors Pa or Bu or Mbak plus name. I call my subordinates tak or mbak plus name. But when my subordinates are clearly significantly younger than me, I call them their names. Here are conversation examples. Female boss and older male subordinate. Pak Freddy,
Iya, Bu.
bagaimanakah hasil survei Bapak ke Tasikmalaya kemarin?
Saya lihat di sana kompetitor kita kuat sekali, Bu.
Once again, for the second person, you, when the person is your peer, you should call them Anda, but if they are junior, you can call them Anda or kamu. But if they are your senior, you can call them Bapak, Ibu to create the distance. But if they prefer to be considered younger or they want to be hippie, they try to show you that they are being approachable. They want you to call them that way. You can call them Mas, Mbak, or Kakak. Just watch your tone. Now, a younger female PhD student and older male department head at university. Selamat pagi, Mas Maman.
Pagi, Mbak Ira.
Ini saya mau menyerahkan proposal disertasi saya.
Baik, Mbak. Nanti saya akan baca.
Terima kasih, Mas.
Sama-sama.
Now we will see the same situation. Younger female PhD student and much older male professor. Selamat pagi, Prof.
Pagi, Ira.
Ini saya mau menyerahkan proposal disertasi saya.
Baik, nanti saya akan baca.
Terima kasih, Prof.
Baik.
Demikian. Teruslah berlatih. Sampai jumpa lagi di pelajaran selanjutnya. Salam.